structure, if you have carbon in you, is set up for you to do things that defies the laws of physics. And this is a scientific fact. This isn't an opinion. All right. This is why they put the GMOs in our foods our entire life, family. This is why they poison the soil. I don't give a fuck. Even if we're eating fruit, we're still eating poison. I repeat, even if we're eating fruit, even if we're trying to go vegan, we are still eating poison because they literally poisoned our entire soil. This is why our ancestors are back now cleaning up the soil, going under the ground, getting those interterrestrials out of there that's been living under the ground, that's been running the earth, running the surface from inside of the earth. Right? They have to leave the planet. And like I told you, a lot of them left. Others are stuck and trapped trying to leave. Others are getting killed by our ancestors who are already here, who have been going underground. Who you think freed all those kids, family, that was underground, y'all? It's literally no more sex trafficking tunnels left. Who you think did that? That was our ancestors that did that. Like, you have to understand how deep this go. Like, and how we were attacked. You know, that's why I say go watch Avatar. Avatar clearly shows you how the fuck they came and landed on our planet and took over our shit. How they cut down our biggest tree. We really had a tree that was like, we had like all the mountaintops was trees. But we had a tree that was super huge, like that was like the tree of life, if you want to call it that. We really had that tree. They cut it down. And now where that tree was at, it still glows in that location. They now call it the Aurora Borealis. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll pull it up right now real quick, family. You know, peace to the guys and goddesses tuned in. So, you know, it's a lot of things on our planet, family, that has been hitting from us, and they lied to us. And, you know, call them these motherfucking mysteries of the world and shit. You feel me? Ain't no mysteries, nigga. You feel me? Ain't no mysteries. Motherfucker lying. That's what it is. You know, when you lying, it's going to be a lot of mysteries. This is the Aurora Borealis. This is the actual location, family. Okay? This is the actual location in the center of our realm. This is located in the center of our realm. They don't tell you this, though. All right? But this is located in the center of our realm. And where this location is at, that was our biggest tree that we was connected to, which held all our frequencies and our memories and our energy grids, crystal grids, things that powered us up, charged us up. All right. So you gonna notice all these different lights coming up from behind what this will look like is a little mountain ridge. You see how these colors moving? This is real. This isn't like Photoshop. This isn't CGI. Anybody that, I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there are familiar with this. The Aurora Borealis. Okay. That's the center of this realm. And this realm is Atlantis. All right. And if you notice, is emitting all these beautiful violet rays and greens and all these beautiful colors. Right. This Aurora Borealis, y'all see how beautiful that is? Where that Aurora Borealis is at, that was our biggest tree. That is the same tree of life that they spoke to you about in their Bible when they was lying and shit. You feel me? But this tree was the tree that they cut down. All right, they cut this tree down, but this tree still, you see these colors that it emits? This is real. All right, that whole area was where that tree was at, and they cut the tree down, but they never told us or taught us that they cut the tree down. They just call it the Aurora Borealis, and they say it's one of the mysteries of the world. You get what I'm saying? But in reality, like, those colors hitting the sky like that is not normal, and you've never seen it. If you're wondering why this matters, you know, what these trees got to do with some shit, you know, it has a lot to do with it, a lot to do with everything, because understand that we are frequency-based beings, we are electrical beings, family. So by us, you know, being electrical beings, you feel me? So by us being electrical beings, you know, dark matter energy beings, you know, we are majestic, angelic beings. They called us angels. Like the Greeks, you know, there are stories of the angels that they put in their religion, or that they speak about in Islam, and, you know, all these different religions are really the stories of us. So understand that, like, it comes from the fact that we were this is a magical realm, and our trees, you know, our trees were so significant. That's why I say you need to go watch Avatar. All right. So you can understand what's going on right now. Like, go watch Avatar, you know what I'm saying? Because when I say the planet is shifting, it's shifting back to nature. We come from nature. We are nature. We never wore shoes. We never wore clothes. All right. Go watch Avatar. They didn't have on those shoes. All right. They had on the light clothing, but we didn't even wear that. All right. Notice they were way bigger than the humans, and notice they were blue because they had carbon. All right. I can pull up Avatar right now and show you the beginning when the Colonel warns them about these avatars and these Navi and how they have, he said they are carbon-based beings. They have carbon in their bones. They are very hard to kill. See, like, a lot of blacks and Latinos don't truly understand the power of carbon because our oppressors, fooled us in school by teaching us it was melanin. All right, so like, understand that the planet is resetting, so it's going back to nature, and a lot of us have never seen real nature. Like, we don't know that we haven't seen real trees. This is why I'm emphasizing trees. This is why I started off talking about these trees. All right, because the ancestors wanted me to tell you this, and I'm giving you all this download for a reason. I'm emphasizing this for a reason. All right, understand the connection to the trees. Understand that you are electricity. You are not your body. They literally tearing up the planet. Literally. And you have to see it for what the fuck it is. Understanding that the planet is alive and understanding your connection to nature. So every time they build some new shit where they got to go up under her and flip the dirt and all of that, poison in the soil, they poisoning you. We have a direct genetic link with the planet. It's called chloroplast. I see people drinking chlorophyll, motherfuckers eat leaves, but don't even understand why chlorophyll works. Don't even understand why it's so powerful for us, because we have a direct connection to the planet. We have a direct connection to the planet. You are a plant. You are a plant. You created the plants. You created the planet. And Source created the spirit and soul of Kai. The same Source that created our spirits and souls. So if you look at your genetics, if you have carbon in your skin, and who are the carbonated beings? Your so-called black and Latino people. This is the shit that make us gods. Why we are Anunnaki gods and goddesses. We just can't throw the title around. All right? We don't have DNA. We don't have DNA. Human beings, you all have DNA. Who are the human beings? Caucasians, Asians, Mexicans, Dravidians, and Arabs. Those are your human beings, races. All right? And they get deeper than that, because you got some Asians, what they call Asians that are not Asians, they still the gods and goddesses, like Vietnamese and your Filipinos and Laos, but that's a whole nother lecture. All right? Let's just stay on the basics right now. Same thing with the Mexicans. You got Mexican lineages they the gods, but they hidden as Mexicans. That's why you go to Mexico and you'll see some Mexicans darker than me, right? But it get deeper. It get deep. So that's a whole nother lecture. But let's stay focused. Your main human being races, all right? Caucasians, Asians, Mexicans, Dravidians, Arabs, all come from Nern in the 6th universe. Okay? Your God races, all the nations that are considered blacks or Africans or African Americans or Jamaicans, and all your Latino nations. Those are all your gods and goddesses, right? Now, if you look at our genetics and you look at the genetics of the human beings, you will see two different things. Like I say, you look at our genetics, we have DEA, deoxyetheric acid. We don't have DNA, all right? We have 9 series of what you call DEA strands. Whereas human beings, you only have 6 series, all right? We have RNA. Human beings, you don't have any RNA. We also have chloroplasts. All right? Chloroplast is the same thing that plants have. Chloroplast is the DNA of plants. Okay? Who do you think named it a planet? We did. We called it a planet. It's like a double entendre. A planet because it was plant-based. This is why when they first came here, they had to cut so many trees down and destroy nature. It was plant-based. All right? Because we are plants. All right? So this is why it's called a planet. All right? On top of that, the T used to represent Tiamat, because Tiamat is one of the ancient names of Kai. Right? Before we called her planet Kai or Kai, we were saying Tiamat, then Kai. Well, really Kai first and then Tiamat, because this is the planet of the Anunnaki. Right? This was our second home to our headquarter planet, Sirius X. Of all your black and Latino people that you see walking around here today, and all your African lineages and all of that shit. All right? This is our esoteric connection. This is why it's even called a planet. All right? This is why the oppressors, when they started to take over our planet, when they started creating their factories, because they don't create anything because they are soulless beings, right? And in order to be creative, you need a soul. That's a metaphysical thing. Without a soul, you will lack creativity, you will lack harmony and rhythm. This is why the food be bland, and this is why y'all ass can't catch the beat of music. Those are just two little things. This is why you're not as athletic as us. Facts. And we go deeper and deeper and deeper. All right? But everything that the oppressors did, they mocked what we did. They didn't create nothing new. We fell in frequency, and then they remade the same shit we had going on, but they used a negative intent for it. So we had a planet, all right? Plant-based, everything. We have a genetic connection to the plants. We are one with the plants. It's called chloroplast. It's a genetic. It's one of our genes. This is why everybody that's into herbalistic healing, anybody that's into herbalistic healing knows what chlorophyll, how healthy chlorophyll is for you. But why is chlorophyll so good for you? You might not know that though. It's because you have chloroplast in you. You are a motherfucking plant. Right? We don't need food. I did a whole lecture on food last year on Facebook. Broke it down about the father and the etymology of the words. Food is what you give to cattle. We are looked at as cattle, so they feed us food. Or the original Greek term for it was fodder, F-O-D-D-E-R, fodder. Look it up. All right? Before it was food, it was fodder. But if you look at it, it's something that you give to cattle or chattel, which is how the oppressors view us. We never ate that way. We only ate from the light of the sun. Because we are electricity and energy. We only need energy. Meat slows us down. It clogs us up. So we ate the energy from the sun's rays, the photon energy. And the water from the aquatic realms. Fruits and vegetables were appetizers for us. Nuts, fruits, and vegetables, that was like dessert. That was dessert. Our main ingredient, energy from the sun and natural aquafina water, the natural water, how it used to be organically. This is why our locks grow out like this. Because we are plants. How do plants eat? They eat through a process called photosynthesis. And they eat through receiving the sun's light and water. Same way we do. The more sunlight hits your crown chakra, the longer your locks get, the stronger they get, the more they grow, the antennas get right? Because we are plants. So I'm connecting us to the planet right now. We are plants. We are plants. Or should I say plants are us? Look at the roots of a tree, or the 30-millimeter bushes, but we can call them today's trees. Of today's trees. It's memes running around, floating all over the internet, showing you that. The same roots, the same way the roots of the tree stretches out in the soil, is the same way the motherfucking veins in your heart stretches out. Look the same exact way. Why is that? That's a cosmic thing that we set up that could never be erased. The same way your heart, the veins of your heart look, Go look at the roots of a tree. Same pattern. Why is that? We don't make mistakes. We don't make mistakes at all. You could cut any tree down on the planet. That 30-millimeter bush or today's tree is going to have its own pattern in the wood. When you cut the tree down, it's going to have a rings, right? And I remember them teaching us in school, you know, which is their programming centers, that when you cut a tree down, if you want to know how old the tree is, look at the number of rings on the tree stump. Remember that, y'all? The rings on the tree stump has nothing to do with the age of the goddamn tree. Those same rings that's found on a tree stump, if you cut a tree down, you will find that same pattern is in your scalp. That same pattern is also in your fingerprint too. You look close enough. Why is that? If you are not the trees and the trees are not you. That's a birthmark right there. Put there to help you remember your divine connection to nature. And that when the time comes, as we begin to rise in frequency, we can point these things out like we can right now.